and welcome to Rollins Improv Players. We are debuting a new format tonight. It's called Pants on Fire, Family Settings. The form is called Pants on Fire. The show is called Family Settings because it's family weekend, and we're so delighted. If you are someone who loves a Rollins student and you are watching this show, then we welcome you in particular. We love you back, and we're really glad to spend a little virtual time with you tonight. I want to give a shout out to Doghouse Theater down in Delray because they came up with this format in which I provide prompts to the actors, the improvisers, the players tonight. And they are actors, improvisers, players. They are particularly good liars. Some of these prompts they have given me, they are true factoids about their life. Some are lies. They don't know which one I'm going to throw them. They're going to be grilled on the fact for 4 minutes by their fellow improvisers. And at the end, we're all going to vote whether it's true or false. So we'd love for you to play along. Please vote, put in the chatty chat. Is it true? Is it false? Help our improvisers decide what they're going to vote because the winner of tonight's game gets a special prize. So let's bring our players up. Come on up. Come on in, everybody. Hey. Oh, hey, welcome.
Hello.
You see many familiar faces from the video Matt created earlier. Yeah. Let's say hi. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Juan, and I'll be your referee for tonight.
I'm Marina. I have a lot of homework to do, but I'd much rather be here hanging out with you guys.
I'm Colin, and I'm happy to be here. Or am I? I am. Or am I?
Hi, I'm Jordan, and I'm not wearing a blue rip shirt.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I have a collection of hats, such as this fedora, which matches my shirt.
I'm Josie. One time I unexpectedly saw elephants, and I almost cried.
My name's Dane, and everyone else here is probably lying.
Hi, I'm Matt, and I came to win.
Hi, I'm Nicole, and this is an apple-shaped apple juice container.
Whoa.
Looks delicious. Excellent. I see we have our game faces on. This is a competitive group. They are going to suss out who is telling the truth. Let's jump right into it. Okay. This is what I need first. I need Marina in the hot seat. I have a little factoid for you, Marina, and you're going to be grilled by Colin, Jordan, and Nicole. They are going to figure out whether you are telling the truth. Okay, so here's what I've got. Reminder to our watchers, to our viewers. Marina and the rest of the players have submitted stories and facts to me, just to me. I also have a list of lies. I'm going to mix them up, and I may be telling Marina something she already knows about herself. I may be telling her a lie. Colin, Jordan, and Nicole are going to ask questions to get to the heart of it. If you have great ideas in the comment, questions you really want to ask, go ahead and put them in. If you know and love Marina and you know the answer, please don't spoil it. Don't spoil it for us. Marina, here's your factoid. Marina, you have passed out on stage. Your time begins now.
Yeah, I did.
Marina, was this a one-time thing, or have you passed out multiple times on stage?
It was a one-time thing, Jordan. I've never done it before or since. So.
What production was this improv? Was this a more traditional form of theater?
It was not improv. It was in high school, and it was like it was a competition show. So it was I don't remember the name of the show, but it was like the sequel to A Raisin in the Sun. Foghorn Park.
This was televised challenge show?
Wait.
No, it was a competition show, like for districts. It was like thespian competition. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you slam into the floor? Was it like a gentle, falling? How was the fall? Do you remember?
I did slam into the floor. I did.
Any injuries?
No, I was fine. In fact, okay, so the thing is, I was on stage, but I was in the tech, I wasn't an actor, I was in the tech team, and so I was actually behind the set because I had to be there to take down the set because we had to go fast. But like with the tech at my high school, we would always have to like stand in straight lines, and if we locked our knees for too long, we had to stand backstage for like 20 minutes straight. And so I guess I locked my knees or something, or didn't have enough water, and all of the other tech people are standing off stage in the wings and watching me as I fall to my knees, and then my head hits the ground, and yeah.
So did you pass out then while you were backstage, or could the audience see you pass out?
The audience couldn't see, but all of the other tech people who were in the wings could see, and the like tech leader had to come in, and I did lock my knees. I'm sure I did. They told us not to, but that's 20 minutes standing backstage, or I was on the stage but behind the set.
Did anyone have to did they call paramedics or anything like that? They give you a bottle of water, some apple slices?
I said I was fine. Let me get back up and stand. And the tech director said, sit down and get some water. No paramedics or anything.
Okay.
So how do you recall this event then? At what point did you full on blackout? Like, what do you remember, and what is not left in your memory?
I remember thinking I was really sleepy, and a nap sounded really good. And I remember that when my face hit the floor, I was like, finally, I can sleep.
That's how it happens.
Do you remember who woke you up?
Yeah, there was the person standing next to me, and we're not supposed to move in the tech stuff. We're not supposed to move at all. And so she had to, release her stance in order to wake me up, basically.
How dare she stray from her post?
I know. It's cutthroat out there. In competition high school theater.
Sounds like y'all were social distancing before it was cool. Wow, so relieved to sleep. All right, let's get all the players back in. It is time to vote on whether or not Marina was telling the truth. So this is how this is going to go. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, thumbs. You are going to put a thumbs up if you think that Marina was telling a true story about her life. You are going to put a thumbs down if you think she is a liar, liar, pants on fire. Ready? 3. Oh, and in the chatty chat, tell us. We can see what you say. So, Nicole, someone in the chat is coaching you on your answer, and we've got some good questions in the chat. Perfect. There's a bit of a lag, so in the future, put your questions in early, and we will use your questions to help grill our hot seat person. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Thumbs. Marina, is it true?
It did happen, and I was very happy to sleep.
Oh, man. Is that kind of how you feel now with all this homework? Do you kind of wish you would pass out so you could lay down a little bit?
Absolutely. I'm so sleep deprived.
How'd y'all do?
It was pretty good.
Most people got it? No,
Yeah.
Matt's disappointed in himself. Look at that.
I goofed.
It's pretty split. It's pretty split.
Pretty split. All right, well done. It is time now to move Colin into the hot seat. He will be interrogated by Jordan, Nicole, and Matt with the help of you at home. Now, Colin, here's a little nugget. Did you submit this to me as your series of truths? Did I make it up and tell you it now? Dunno. Colin, you have crashed a golf cart into a wooden footbridge. Colin, you have crashed a golf cart into a wooden footbridge. Figure.
I have no question. This checks out for Colin. This is in character.
So Colin.
Yeah.
Who was it? Was it were you alone, or was other people?
No,
other
I was
people
with
you?
I was with my brother, Jack.
Okay, that checks out.
We were by our house because there's a golf cart involved with the house. It's an awful way to say it.
Yeah.
But my brother and I were going out to get food from a restaurant that's close enough to the house in like a community kind of thing where you didn't have to drive cars that didn't make you. And it's a very neighborhood that they want to have that cottage aesthetic, but we're in Florida. and he was trying to show me a TikTok. And
So, what time of night was it in the day? Like, what time of day was this event?
This was like 5, 6 p.m. We were getting an early dinner. It was just my brother and I home because my parents skipped town a lot, relatively. And my sisters didn't want the same food that we did. So, yeah.
What was the TikTok he was showing you?
It was some really stupid PewDiePie, like, they're my sister, by the way, Ellie.
Same Ellie.
It was like this PewDiePie thing. Do you know what deep frying is? It's when you add a bunch of color filters and texture filters onto a video or a screenshot to make it, like, funnier, like Gen Z humor.
Yeah.
My brother's younger than me. He's 16 now. I should know that, but yes, he is. He is 16. This was fairly recently, actually. This was in the time that I actually lived with Matt, and he can vouch that I was at home from when Rollins shut down campus, on-campus learning, until after the semester had ended, when I came back to my apartment away from my family.
This is true. I can vouch for that.
So you said you took the golf cart to get food?
Yeah.
So why the golf cart and not a car?
We usually use the golf cart because it's a very short drive and it's less of a hassle. You just walk in, there are no doors, you turn a key really quick. I mean, that's just kind of how we do it with my family. I think Matt, once again, Matt has been to my house. We have driven to that restaurant.
We literally, I was gonna say, yeah. Is this the restaurant where we went to get breakfast? Yeah.
Yeah, we got breakfast.
This all checks out. Yeah.
Interesting. Using us as your I'm
using
He's using me.
But I see right through you.
Hey, if I'm looking for the vouch and I'm getting the vouch, I'm getting the vouch.
My question is, was there any damage done? Did you report it to anyone?
There was some damage, none to the bridge because it looks wooden, but it's like fake because there's a lot of wildlife and they don't want to risk it getting damaged in any way when cars are going over, when people are running over it. So it's like concrete made to look like wood. We live very close to Disney and they're trying to emulate that style, you know, like how they fake having wood everywhere and everything.
Yeah.
And I damaged the front bumper of the golf cart. Kinda, it had to be repaired. We couldn't drive it for a while. I didn't get in too much trouble, but it was kind of rough.
And was this I know this about you. Was this here in Florida or was this in a different state? Okay.
No,
so
golf cart is only here in Florida.
Okay.
Right here in our own backyard, Colin is wreaking havoc. Let's have everyone back on screen. Time is up. It is time to decide. Let us know in the chat what you think. Is Colin telling the truth or are his pants on fire? We got some students, we got some alums. Anne-Marie, I thought that was a wise question about your face mask. Colin, you will not have to answer it, but she was concerned that you did have a face mask while karting.
How'd you hold on? I mean, they were on my face.
Okay.
I wear when I drive the golf cart.
No more information. No more information.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Thumbs. Colin, is it true or are your pants on fire?
Jack and I got stranded with the golf cart because he didn't charge it. No crash happened.
No! I did not know you even owned a golf cart when I gave you that prompt.
You helped me out there. I got pretty lucky.
Wow, that really worked out. So a lot of that story is true. You do go get some food in your cart.
That's why I asked Matt because I was like, Matt,
I feel so used.
I should have known.
Your emotions. I told you, don't fall for his. You know, Matt.
Matt. Come on.
I just wanted to be like a part of it. You know?
It's like because Mary should know about the incident that actually happened. Ellie's trying to
wow.
cover the tracks.
Older
Very
sister and
vague.
RIP alum Ellie Flamenhoft. Older sister and RIP alum. Colin, is it true that Ellie has crashed a golf cart?
What do you guys think? It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not
Aw.
true. No. It's Ellie.
Wow.
Okay, well
Character
done,
friendly, too.
Colin. Well done, Colin. Let us move on to Jordan, who is now going to assume the hot seat. Jordan will be interrogated by Nicole, Matt, and Dane. Jordan in the hot seat, interrogation, Nicole, Matt, Dane. Jordan, here's a little nugget. You were nearly arrested for attempted robbery. You were nearly arrested for attempted robbery. Is it true? You find out.
Jordan.
Will we become accessories if we talk about this any further?
Absolutely not.
Jordan, like what? What did you steal? What did you steal?
Do you want the story?
Yeah.
I want the story. Tell me about it. All about
Great.
it.
I was 12. Okay.
What?
Yep, that sets up the story great. So, right outside the neighborhood that I grew up in, there was a McDonald's, and right next to McDonald's there was a bank. Me and my friends would very frequently ride our bikes to McDonald's, and right outside the subdivision, there's like a 6-lane highway, not a highway, but a 6-lane street, and my friends would just not mind it and would just go past, and I was like, I'm a good boy, I'm gonna go down to the crosswalk. And he called me, one of my friends called me and said, why didn't you cross? I said, because I don't want to get hurt. And he was like, yeah, if you got hurt, there'd be a bloody mess. They stopped at the bank when they said that. Some old dude in like a Maserati heard that my friend say the words bloody mess and called the cops, and we were confronted at the McDonald's.
So what did the cops say when they pulled up?
So they when they actually showed up, they made a beeline to the friend who called me. So they walked, my friend was sitting down at the booth, and me and my other two friends were at the counter about to order, and they walked right past us and went to him. And then they called for us a little later on.
What color was the Maserati?
I wasn't there, so I don't know. They were at the bank. I was over at the other side of the street.
So how'd you know it was a Maserati?
Because my friend said it was a Maserati, and he had seen him later at multiple times after the event.
What was the man wearing?
I have no clue.
Did you ever tell your parents about this?
Yeah, my family was coming down for Christmas, and I told the whole family.
What'd you get from McDonald's?
Oh, probably. I'm sure it was like the usual. I always get like
the three burgers with the just ketchup.
I was a kid. It was gonna be 2.
Oh, it was just 2. Okay, 2. Yeah,
the young boy. But yeah,
see, this checks out. But I don't want to be used again.
Matt, you just wait. What?
You know Matt.
No,
you know my order, Matt.
So the order Jordan's talking about is wait. I'm not being grilled here. You tell them.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
My order.
Yeah.
You want my order from McDonald's?
I'll keep it
two hamburgers. I'm sure it was 2 hamburgers, ketchup only, a large fry, and back then it was probably a lemonade to drink.
Okay.
See, the only issue with that is he usually gets a large Powerade. So
back then I would have gotten lemonade.
Yeah, but is that just a ploy? That's the question you got to ask.
I don't think they. I don't. Thanks, Mary.
Development.
I don't think they had Powerade back then. If I'm honest.
That's also fair.
Please let me tell you more about my attempted bank robbery.
There's no time. And Matt has been
a third imposter.
Collusion.
Oh, man.
Collusion from the inside. All right, let's get all the players back on screen. It is time to vote. Was Jordan nearly arrested for attempted robbery? 3, 2, 1. Thumbs. Jordan?
I was, in fact, almost arrested for attempted bank robbery at a McDonald's.
Despite this lemonade Powerade discrepancy, most people thought that story held up.
It's a story that I feel like is hard to fabricate.
McDonald's order that's better.
Well done, Jordan. I had to make public that nugget that you shared. Okay, it is time now. Juan, tell us, where do we stand?
In the lead. She's gotten every single question right. Nicole Pons. But Ryan, my dude, you got some major trust issues because you're all the way in the back. Maybe it's the hat. You hide behind the hat and you don't trust anyone.
Psychoanalysis.
Wow.
That's what I'm here for, guys.
Thanks.
I'm not just a scorekeeper. I'm a licensed psychiatrist.
Wow.
Thank you, Juan.
Hey,
Is
checks
that
out.
true? Are his pants on fire?
You'll never.
Lie.
He's gone.
I believe
He's gone.
Okay, let's put Nicole in the hot seat because she will now be interrogated by Matt, Dane, and Josie. Nicole, you once visited a nude beach with your parents. You once visited a nude beach with your parents.
Where was the beach?
It was.
I don't know. I wanna
Wait,
know.
what?
I
Where
just-
was the beach?
Where was the new beach?
It was a nude beach, but it was at. I want to say. I think it was in Melbourne. It was like Playa Linda Beach. I think that was the beach that it was.
So it was in Florida. I assumed that this was a European beach.
As well.
Nope, they have them in Florida.
Yeah.
Huh.
What questions do we ask?
What happened? What happened when you were? with your
Yeah, I
parents?
guess like tell the
Did
story.
you want to go or did your parents bring you?
Hear me out. So we just wanted to like go to the beach as, you know, fun little family time people want to do when they're going to the beach. So we set up, we heard about just like this random beach and I knew that like there were beaches in Melbourne. So we went there and then we stumbled upon this one beach and we went, oh, cool, how fun. Let's go to this one. It's not super full. And then we walked around. I was fully like 17. So we went into this beach and then I saw an old man and I saw a lot of that old man.
Did you not like leave? Like
Oh, we did leave. But
but like in process of leaving and like getting there, it was like
There were old men.
eesh.
well, no, because it was like, so you know how like there's the beach and there's like a bunch
like
of like
the
foliage-
like
foliage.
bush cover, yeah.
Yeah,
So if you walk through it.
Yeah, definitely covered. Yeah.
Mm.
So we went there, and then there was an old man,
Oh.
and I learned a lot that day.
Oh gosh. I don't even.
We're not big readers in our family.
That was a good question.
That was a good question. I'm gonna go to the comments. I'm just gonna steal from the comments.
Yeah, right.
Nothing to steal from there, guys. No
Yeah,
luck.
I don't know.
I guess talk more about this.
Yeah, I guess keep giving it like elaborate.
I was
Why were you in
excited to go
Melbourne?
to the beach. I was, you know, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, super pumped.
What
to
time of
just
year was it?
Swim in the ocean. What?
What time of year was it?
Summer.
Okay.
The time to go to the beach.
Just asking. What month?
I have no idea.
You don't live in Melbourne, though, do you?
No, we like to adventure out into the world. It's a fun. How tall was he? He was very far away, and I had no measure of how far, but he was very far. It took us a while to realize why were we in Melbourne. We just like to visit places that we don't really know. I think my dad said hi as a joke, just
Nice.
but he was too far away for us to acknowledge him. So
I think my dad saluted that man. I do want to out that Nicole's family is watching today. So I will be curious. Please don't give us a thumbs up or thumbs down if you were on this nude beach trip or not. It is time to vote. Players, 3, 2, 1. Thumbs. Nicole?
Yeah, and I'd just like to point out that my dad said we are still good parents.
I
Well, your dad
as-
is coming in clutch.
as
Oh
someone
my gosh.
as someone I for context, my story, which was true, was right outside Melbourne, so I would not put it past Melbourne for something like this.
Wow.
Melbourne's a
Dang.
crazy place,
That's
y'all.
rough. That's rough.
Oh.
Wow. There was a lot of support for this story in the chat, not so much amongst the players. Most of you thought it was not true, yes?
I didn't think it was. I was like, this has been supplemented by really good details, but at the same time, I was like, this initial like concept though, I'm like, this sounds like someone wrote it to be fake.
That only happened more in Melbourne, in Brevard County.
I mean, I also thought she meant Melbourne, Australia for a second because I don't know Florida, so.
Kate.
Ooh,
Oh,
sus.
thanks for watching, Kate. Amazing. Oh, okay. It is time now to move to Matt in the hot seat.
Yep.
He has colluded with many on screen. Will they provide the same support? All right, Matt.
Mhm.
You started a food fight in middle school, didn't you?
Yeah.
Tell us, where'd you go to middle school?
Can you repeat the question?
Where did you go to middle school?
Oh gosh. All right. So long story short, in middle school, I lived in England. I mean, my family lived in England, and so I was in. The school is called Maidstone Grammar School. That's where I went to middle school. And at the school, we had, I guess, I haven't been there in years. So there was like the cafeteria building, and there's like, you couldn't get upstairs without leaving. But that'll come like back later in the story. You guys can ask questions anytime, or I can just keep talking. Your choice. So basically, we would get these. See your question, Mary. You would have to get in line, and what we would do is we would buy these cheese and ham sandwiches, but you would take the ham off the top because that's what would like denote that it was a ham and cheese sandwich. So you got less. You had to pay less. And that was the first food thrown. What we would do is we would go upstairs to where they couldn't, because like I said, they couldn't get to us unless they walked outside. And there's 2 exits, so we could tell where they were going to come in. And so we would drop little pieces of food over like the little balcony to the first floor. And I dropped part of my sandwich, and it landed in the soup of one of the older students, and this was an all boys school, by the way, so the testosterone was through the roof. And you know, next thing you know, just food it's being chucked up and down. That's the thing. It's not like back and forth. It was like up and down the balcony.
So were you guys accidentally or like on purpose throwing the food?
Oh, of course, no. It was on purpose completely. Like we were a bunch of. It was definitely a design flaw. Like very much so. Yeah.
Was there any punishment afterwards that you guys got?
Nobody knew who started. Nobody knew like what was the initiating action of the food fight. So like we got out before it ended to where nobody knew we were there. So
I'm just gonna ask quickly, the cafeteria, you called it a cafeteria, might you also call it a refectory?
Dude, my Josie coming in with the terms. Yes,
This
the
isn't Matt and I
refectory.
both lived in England.
Oh, look at that. See, that's yeah. What did I eat that day? So, like I said, so we would buy the sandwiches, the ham and cheese sandwiches, and we would eat them, but we would also throw them down at the same time. So
Were they ham and cheese sandwiches or were they ham and cheese toasties?
dude, you're coming in with the clutch terms here. Ham and cheese toasties. Oh, so you know. Yeah, so like what we would do is you would ask for the ham and cheese toastie, and it was a long enough line. it was square shape. The ham that was on the top of the sandwich, like not in the sandwich, but like on the top of the sandwich, they put a little square of ham so that they could see when you're paying for it that it was worth like 20 more pence. But
Time.
yeah. All right. No more words. No more words.
No more words. Matt was trying to save a buck, incited a riot. Or did he? 3, 2, 1. Thumbs. Matt?
Nah, I love those toasties too much to throw them.
No!
What? I swear I remember. You
I know. I'm so
jackal.
I'm a jackal.
It was,
You got
it.
it was the cheese toasty detail. I was like, no way.
Yeah,
No way.
Rosie got him.
Those are real.
Dude, the toasties are so good though.
They're
Like,
good.
They're amazing.
It really just sounds like something you would do at that time. Yeah.
It honestly like
It
is
sounds
like
on brand. Is the
honestly we probably did end up we never actually started a food fight, but we definitely were throwing food like every so often at each other. Oh, what am I talking about? There were food fights all the time. I never started one, but there were food fights all the time. So this was like a very close story.
Yeah, I do think that the whole geography of the place just seemed like it was inviting some sort of trouble. Interesting. Interesting. All right, it is time now to put Dane in the hot seat. Dane, he will be interrogated by Josie, Ryan, and Marina. Dane, you used to have a pet chicken, or did you?
What was the chicken named?
The chicken's name was Gabriel.
Why?
Why'd you name him?
What? Why? Because my best friend, his little brother's name is Gabby, and we always used to joke about how like he was just running around because we were like really little. So Gabby at the time was like an infant, so he was running around just like knocking stuff over, and he's still crazy. And so like the chicken was running around, it was still crazy. So we named it
Where'd
Gabby.
you find this chicken?
We bought it. Like our neighbors had some. They had like a pen, and it was in a screen enclosure, and our parents thought that was cool. And so we just started to try out with like one of them, and we actually ended up giving them Gabriel after like a few months of trying to wrangle this chicken around. So, yeah.
Can you remember like a funny memory with Gabriel, or a story with Gabriel?
So like one time I remember we were kind of in our backyard in the sandbox. Kind of, I don't know if you guys have like a sandbox, and we had a slide that went down into the sandbox, and I can remember like putting him at the top and like being at the bottom, being like, Gabriel, come here. And so like one time, like I actually remember like felt like I called him, like that was my chicken, that was my little chickie there.
Wait, and he slid down the slide and was fine? He wasn't scared?
Yeah, and then I went and put him back. How long did the chicken live? I don't remember because we gave it away. Like I don't think my neighbors would have told me, because when I had it, when my family had it, it was like 5. I was 5. And we gave it away when I was like still 5, so I didn't check in on it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Do you remember what saying goodbye was like?
saying goodbye? I don't remember it being like particularly like hard, because we had a cat and a dog too, and like the dog is still Sebastian. That's my number 1 dog. Like he's still alive.
Did the dog and the cat have a hard time with
With
the
the
chicken?
The dog did, the cat didn't care, which I don't know. Cats are like murder machines, so you would have thought like the cat.
Yeah, I would have thought the cat would have tried to kill that bird.
Yeah, new conquest.
How old?
Wait, what?
How old were you when the chicken left?
I was 5.
His name is Gabriel, Ryan. He has a name.
The
Wait,
chicken.
Not chicken.
Can you take us through like a day in the life of Gabriel? What was his daily routine?
Oh, from the perspective of a 5-year-old, it was like it was just always awake. It was never like asleep, even at night. Because I mean, I went to bed before it. It was loud. I remember being like, nah, like that's too loud. Like,
Was it a rooster? Oh.
Oh wow!
Miles.
Perfect timing.
The roosters are the male ones with the.
Mm-hmm.
It was a chicken. It was a hen.
It was a hen. Why did you name it
Oh,
Gabriel if it was a hen?
I don't.
I guess names are all unisex.
Yeah, I was like 5.
Yeah.
It was like a metaphor for my little friend's brother.
I love it. That's a perfect name. I love
Did
it.
it ever lay eggs?
No, they
What?
weren't needed to.
Oh, okay.
And why get a chicken?
A special chicken.
Yeah.
It's from the heart.
Maybe it did. Yeah, I never saw them because I guess it was a hen. So I mean,
Was there a chicken coop?
no, it wasn't a chicken coop. It was just one chicken. We had it on the back patio.
Oh.
How many times a day? I don't remember if there was like a specific number, but I remember like throwing the seed kind of like out at it, and that was
did it mess up your grass at all, or was your grass fine?
the grass took a little bit of a beating, I guess. I mean, there were also like several kids running around in the backyard. Like that's not going to do too well for any.
Who's
grass.
to say? Maybe it was the murderous cat who destroyed the grass. All right, y'all, it is time to vote. The period of questioning is over. 3, 2, 1, thumbs. Dane, did you have a pet chicken or are your pants on fire?
Pants are flaming right now. Bro.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh. You said
Somehow
the
not
chicken
even-
never laid eggs.
Yeah.
If they're
How
young.
could you lie to us about Gabriel?
I know Gabriel. We
Minute.
cared about Gabriel.
We loved him. Juan, where do we stand?
Nicole finally got her first question wrong, and in the same time, Ryan finally got his first question right. Ryan is on the path towards truthfulness, towards trust. And Nicole, you're falling towards the dark side.
Wow. What a beautiful journey for both of you. Amazing.
Amazing.
Thanks for the update, Juan. I now want to put Josie in the hot seat. She will be interrogated by Ryan, Marina, and Colin. Josie. Oh, this is a sweet thing. Do you see in the chat? Sebastian is listening. The dog is watching the show.
Yes. Aww.
Oh, our most important patron. Sorry, everyone. Okay, Josie, here's a little nugget for you. Get it? Nugget? Chicken.
Oh no.
Morbid.
No, your factoid has nothing to do with chickens. In fact, your artwork has hung in a gallery. Your artwork has hung in a gallery. Or has it?
It's just, I think the phrasing gallery I didn't think about very well because where it hung was my local mall, is the thing.
Some malls are called Galleria. I don't know why I pronounced it like that.
I mean,
Really quick question. I want to nip this in the bud. Where? What age?
I was in elementary school, and it was my local mall has this thing where like just elementary schoolers projects will hang up there. And now whenever I go to the mall, I'm like, wow, these are pretty bad. When I was a kid, I was like, Mom, we have to go look at my artwork. It's hung up in the mall.
Yeah.
Where's the mall though?
It's a little while away. It's still in like the county, but it's probably 20 minutes away from me. It's like elementary schools from all over the county. I have a big county. There's a lot of schools.
Florida?
No, in Maryland. It was I would call it multimedia, I guess, because what it was like a nutcracker guy that we made out of like construction paper and also markers and paint.
So it wasn't a painting or a sketch, but maybe a little of both?
A little of both, yeah. What inspired the art? My art teacher told me to make it is what inspired it. It was Christmas time, so we made, they were tall. They were like big nutcrackers.
Is it still there to this day? Like, I mean, you. Oh.
Absolutely not.
That would be an achievement. Take us like through, paint the picture for us now. Like repaint it here for all of us.
The nutcracker?
Oh, yeah, your entire piece of art.
Yeah, get out a sketch pad right now.
I remember two things about this nutcracker. One, it was mostly purple because that's my favorite color. Two, when I finished the nutcracker in my art class, this must have been second grade because that's when I had a crush on Alex. And Alex sat 2 seats down from me and we were all making these nutcrackers. And I was like, mine's a girl nutcracker. And Alex was like, oh, mine's a boy nutcracker. They should get married. And so me and Alex had our nutcrackers get married. And Shane, who sat in the middle of us, his nutcracker was like the officiant. And I was like 7 or 8, or however old you are in 2nd grade, and I was on cloud 9 because my nutcracker married Alex's nutcracker.
You were diving into like the Baltic Sea of subtext there.
And then it got hung up, which I guess was also cool. But the main thing about this nutcracker for me was that it was married to Alex's nutcracker. Lauren, if you're thinking which Alex it is, you're probably right.
So was this during like the winter? Was this like a Christmas themed project?
Yeah, it was probably before winter break in like December.
Wait, okay, I want to hear more about Alex and Shane. What was the friendship? Was there a love triangle at all? What was going on there?
I wasn't really friends with them. Like, we just sat next to each other in art class. I had my own friends in 2nd grade because it was 2nd grade. And like, you know how in elementary school, like boys and girls will sit at separate tables for lunch? Like there'll be like one table, like you'll have 2 tables for your classroom. Like one will be for girls and one will be for boys.
You guys got cooties. Yeah.
Yeah, you got cooties. But in art class, you sit in different seats. And I sat next to Shane and I sat 2 seats down from Alex. So I would sometimes get to talk to Alex.
Wow.
Smart.
Like, how did the relationship start? Like, what was the first things you said to Alex, and how did like it progress to the marriage point?
I have absolutely no clue. I think it was just a joke. I don't say that. Do I still know Alex? He did go to my high school. We were in a production together senior year. I wouldn't say that we're like still friends because I moved in between, and so I didn't keep in touch with a lot of people. But like I've talked to him recently, and like
Miles has suggested that Alex may be watching right now.
I don't think so. I highly
You
doubt
never
it.
know.
Alex, if you're watching, let me know.
Wow.
Before we vote, and I would love to hear weighing in on the chat, thumbs up or thumbs down. Coach or improvisers, this is a tricky one. Josie, Juan, if we could see the names again. Josie, tell us more about Janus-faced Josie. Oh, you're muted, Josie.
You just muted yourself.
I didn't mute myself. I had to unplug because I couldn't hear Chelsea. I Googled this beforehand. Janus is a Roman god with 2 faces, much like a liar might be.
Everyone, we have learned so much, not just about these improvisers, but about
It's a nutcracker. It was that was a great pun.
It was a nutcracker. It was just a little guy.
It was a great pun.
Wow. Okay, it's time to vote. Ready? Time to vote. Was there a nutcracker hanging in Josie's local mall that she did create in 3, 2, 1? Thumbs.
It
Josie?
has to be.
No. Definitely. Look at that face.
I get a point for fooling everyone.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Wow. Well done.
Wow.
I was scared. I did not think we'd get the triple lie in the row. Whoa!
Oh my God.
That was so shocking.
Colin's playing a different game.
Colin, calm down, all right? Slow down.
Okay,
So,
cool.
to explain to the audience what's happening here, Josie just fooled everyone, meaning she gets the first ever Pants on Fire bonus point.
Alex is real, and the marriage did happen, but my nutcracker never hung in the mall.
Wow.
Wow.
If only, if
Crazy.
only.
That's crazy.
Josie, you had me wondering, wait a minute, I think that I made that up. Someone made that up. It is time for our final interrogation of the evening. Well done on the bonus point, Josie. Ryan, you will now be interrogated by Marina, Colin, and Jordan. Ryan, here's your tidbit. The ghost of a little girl haunted your childhood home. The ghost of a little girl haunted your childhood home. Or did she?
Yep.
First question. Was she angry about all the things you kept breaking in your house?
No, that's a different house. I wouldn't say she was angry, because she was actually laughing at night often.
Please
That's
elaborate
even
on this.
That's even scarier.
Please elaborate on this laughing.
Please.
What's the example?
Yeah, well, can we get a yeah.
So like one night, my mother was sleeping, right? So it's all quiet and everything, and then all of a sudden, she hears some laughing going on, and she wakes up and she's just looking around doesn't see anything, so maybe she thinks, oh, maybe it's just a hallucination. And she goes back to bed, but she still hears the laughing. And then finally, she turns on the light switch to see what's going on, and she still hears the laughing. And when she listens carefully, she hears it coming from another room. So she follows it, opens the door, lights it completely off. The only thing she sees is my dog, Snowy, who's not alive anymore, sadly. She sees my dog, Snowy, smiling. Like the dog had just interacted with someone, but there was no one.
What do you know? Was this like a cackle? What was this, a gleeful, cheerful hee hee?
Yeah, what was it like? What was the laugh like?
It sounded more like physical laughter. Like she was playing. Like, you know,
I can't quite put it together. Can you show us what it was like?
I need like an example. Yeah.
You want me to give you an example?
Yeah.
That is what we're asking.
Something. It was like
Wait,
that.
what? Do it again.
Something like that. Okay.
That is
like
terrifying. That is terrifying.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Ooh,
answer
I
that
like
one
this
first, and then I have a question.
Yeah.
Like how old the ghost is. Is that what you mean?
What time is
so,
she
yeah.
from?
So we're thinking there was a family that used to live in the house before. So we had a theory that maybe something horrible happened to this family. And the age was like, it was maybe like 5 years ago, 2 years ago. It wasn't that far. So this was very like modern era.
Oh.
Was this the single sighting, or were there more incidences?
So far, it was a single sighting. There was something else that was a little interesting, but we're not sure if it relates to the ghost. So in my room, there was, this was going to be my room. At this point, I wasn't born. In my room, in my future room, it was completely vacant. There was a closet. And in that closet, there was something written inside the wall, inside that closet. And you know what it was? Like this was going to be my room. It was completely vacant. On the wall was written the name Ryan. And I wasn't even born yet.
Oh my goodness.
Spooky. But is it true?
And that's why Ryan's parents named him Ryan. Inspired by that. When you ever asked, how did you get your name? It was written on a closet in a future home.
Wrote it. The ghost.
That's so true.
All right, players, it is time for the final vote of the evening. Was Ryan haunted by a girl in his home, or his pants on fire? 3, 2, 1, thumbs. Ryan?
It's true. My house was haunted.
I know it.
That's so. I don't even believe in ghosts, so I'm like, what?
Dang.
And yet here we are.
Dang,
So
dang.
is that, had they already named you Ryan before they saw that wall? What do you think?
No, I think it was like, it was back. They saw it, and then it was like in the back of their mind, and like, oh, what should we name our son? And then boom, they just saw Ryan. Named it that.
Now, Juan, have you done the math? Do we have a winner?
I've done the math, and you won't believe this, but to quote one of our great presidents, I cannot tell a lie. It is a tie so far between Cole and Josie.
Ooh.
Cole and Josie are tied. Well, you know what this means. Juan, I have to tell you, it's time to put you in the hot seat.
Oh boy.
That's what this
Dun,
means.
dun, dun.
Let me pull up my super secret bonus doc. What if scorekeeper had to be grilled? And let's go ahead and put Juan in the hot seat. He will be interrogated by just Nicole and Josie. And at the end of this, they will vote yay or nay. They will vote yay or nay. And maybe we'll have a tie, or maybe we won't. Okay. Juan, you were broken up with at a surprise party. Excuse me, Juan, you were broken up with at your own surprise party. Is it true?
I was broken up with at my own surprise party.
I'm glad you corrected because that was going to be my first question was whose surprise party?
Well, you want to know the real kicker? And I'm not bitter. But my ex-girlfriend threw the party.
Oh no! Wait, so what was the surprise for?
The surprise was it was my going away party.
To come here?
You were surprised that you were going away?
She threw the surprise party for me going away to Rollins.
So this was recent.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm not bitter. It doesn't sting. It's good.
It makes sense to me that if your significant other was going to college, you might break up so that you don't have to deal with all
Right.
that distance
So
thing.
she throws you a party for it.
Well, was that the situation?
Okay, the situation, it was getting a little weird between us. I was feeling some distance. And then she threw me the party and I went, oh, that's great. This is what the distance was about. She was keeping this a surprise. That's why she hasn't been talking to me that much lately.
So
How long? Oh, we had dated. It was almost 2 years by then. It was almost 2 years. It was 1 year, 8 months, and 3 days. It was like almost 2 years. It was something around that. What was your guys' song? Oh, it's God, it's the cheesiest thing. It was Hearts Don't Break Around Here by Ed Sheeran.
what was her name? And
You want me to expose her?
is that weird? I mean, is she
it
watching?
it was Taylor Payne. There you go. Her
I
full
didn't ask her last name.
and she brought,
But if you
she
guys
brought
want-
pain to my heart.
Sorry,
All right.
that
This
so
bonus
bad.
round was just for sympathy or pity.
How did you cope with when did the breakup happen? Like, what was it? Surprise, we're broken up, or
No,
was
it was at the almost the very end of the party when she was leaving, but it wasn't held at her house. So she left. It was like most people had left. Right before she had left, she took me in to our friend Delaney's room. It was weird. And she wrote me a letter and she gave me the letter. And then she kind of just left. And she was the real imposter.
Well, this is so much, and I don't want to ask more questions.
Well, good, because there's not time. We can't mind this heartbreak any longer. Or was it heartbreak? Josie, Nicole, it is time to vote. Was it true, or are Juan's pants on fire? Now we have to do it at the same time, y'all. 3, 2, 1. Thumbs. Juan, this is it. Who wins?
It was true. It was
I'm
true.
so sorry.
Which is so sad for Juan, but great news for Josie. Nicole, I'm so sorry. At least you weren't broken up with at your own surprise party.
At least
Hearts
there's
Don't Break
that.
Around Here was just such a specific poll is the thing. Such a specific like 2017 poll.
Yeah, it really was, huh?
Me too, Kaylin.
Wow. All right, let's get all our players back on stage. Josie, well done. Do you think of yourself as being particularly good at sniffing out bull crap?
I don't. I also don't think of myself as that good of a liar, but
Here we are.
Wow.
Here we are.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if this is just the gift of the virtual gods, but somehow Josie had ended up in the middle of the screen, triumphant, top row, where she belongs. Well done. Let's get a round of applause for Josie. Some celebration in the chat.
Woo!
Awesome, everybody. So that's it. That's all we have time for tonight. I hope you had fun learning more about our improvisers. I know that I did. Our next show will be another game of Pants on Fire. The other half of our troupe will be revealing truths or lies about themselves on Wednesday, November 4th at 11 p.m. Mark your calendars. Wednesday, November 4th, 11 p.m. If you would like to see some more virtual theater, courtesy of the Rollins Department of Theater and Dance, we have a showing of Boy Gets Girl, our first title in our second stage series, Rollins Players student directed, student produced series, this Sunday at 7:30. It is free. If you want a linky link to watch that live broadcast, email boxoffice@rollins.edu. That's all I got. Thanks, everybody.
Yay.
That was fun.
Thank you, guys.
Good night.
It was so much fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You all now know my heartbreak.
Oh.